to breathe. So when we did get that all clear that the shelter-in-place order was lifted, that's when the main concern for localized impacts in Freeport, in Lake Jackson, were also finally laid to rest. Breeze today was a good component to this story. It was a lot lighter than it was yesterday, so that kind of let us relax in terms of the transport of this gas and whether or not it would continue to impact communities further north. Luckily, wind speeds were just 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now we're switching gears and looking at radar for a different component to the weather story today. We've got a couple of isolated showers, one of which just passed the North Freeway and is starting to die down. We've got a small chance for a couple of rain showers, I think mainly between 4 and 5 o'clock. Right now, the rain is prefrontal. The main front that we're going to be watching is just passing the I-35 corridor. You'll notice Austin, the dew points have now dropped into the 50s. The air is a lot drier there. It's a lot drier in San Antonio. We're still holding on to dew points in the mid and upper 70s. A few of us are close to 80. That means the air is thick. Right now, there is a lot of humidity outside. 88 degrees at Bush Intercontinental Airport actually feels like 97. The feeling this afternoon gets even hotter. Your Neighborhood Weather Network shows we're already in the century mark for Queenswood Lane in the Heights. Rutland Street feels like 102. Sunset Boulevard already at Westview feeling like 104. The front gets here, like I said, this afternoon, so look for some on and off showers in the loop in the Beltway around your commute home. Notice they're not really going to deliver a whole lot of moisture. I think these are going to be quick movers, and the rest of the evening you'll start to feel some better impacts, which include a drop in humidity. Until then, though, look for a high of 97 degrees, feeling like the triple digits all afternoon. Notice this evening, that's when we start to see temperatures drop into the upper 80s, and the heat index is going to finally take a back seat. Tomorrow looks a lot better. Details on that straight ahead. General trend of today is still very hot and still very humid, so I'm not only tracking temperatures, but I'm tracking the heat index as well. Okay, your actual high temperature makes it up to 97 degrees, but notice the humidity impact is going to be the highest for the early afternoon. So 90 degrees feels like 99. That's a 9-degree discrepancy. 93 feels like 102, feels like 103. And then slowly but surely the gap starts closing in. So the difference between the air temperature and the feels like value starts to diminish. And that's because we are going to be dragging in some drier air with this weak front that we've got muscling through. So right now, this is the 1 hour loop. This is a prefrontal wave right here, sparking up a couple of showers. So we saw a brief little downpour along the Katy Freeway. We saw one along the North Freeway too, just south of Spring, and that is it. I think your higher chance of seeing a shower is going to roll in for your commute home. Here's a live look outside from our camera at Hotel Zaza, looking out at Herman Park. This is the view I was talking about. It's a little dark outside, so that's why you might be wondering if we are going to see some shower activity. There's a chance, but it's not a big widespread rain chance today. Still all about the heat. 88 degrees right now at Bush Intercontinental Airport with all that humidity, dew points in the 70s. It actually feels like 97 degrees. So when are you going to see that shower? Between 4 and 6 o'clock. So notice you could see an isolated downpour in Sugar Land, in Richmond, maybe some showers along the East Tex Freeway, Mont Belvieu to Liberty. It's going to be some broken up rain potential. Maybe you get some rain there for Wharton County, and maybe you get some storms there in Liberty, although the threat is pretty minimal for us today. One or two of these storms could be on the stronger side for Polk County, for Liberty. That's a level 1 on the 1 to 5 scale. But if I widen the shot, you'll notice the majority of the focus today is well off to our northeast. A big chunk of Tennessee from Memphis to Nashville under a threat level 3 for today. So that's where the severe weather is going to land. For us, this front is actually a really good one. It drops our humidity for tomorrow. Plan outdoor activities. Your next 24 hours are going to be beautiful. We'll be mostly clear tonight, dropping down to 66 degrees. Then your Wednesday afternoon will be less hot. All right, it's not going to be cooler, but it will be a noticeable change. Not only will temperatures max out in the low 90s, you're going to have lower humidity. You don't have to worry about rain showers tomorrow or really for the rest of the work week. But as we head into the weekend, that's when it'll start to increase your potential for some showers. Notice the rainfall outlook outlook for the end of the month does show we've got some above average rain potential, and here's why. High pressure for now, bringing us a coastal shower chance on Saturday and Sunday because it's to the east, so it flings in the Gulf moisture that's to the west. Now, as we head into Monday, there's an actual front that is going to bring us a higher chance for some showers. So for your Memorial Day forecast, plan on there being a couple of storms. There are going to be clouds, and it's still going to be warm, 90 degrees. We're 12 days away from hurricane season, and by the way, there is nothing to report here in the Atlantic Basin. However, if you are planning any travel in the Pacific coast, so maybe you're going to Mexico, maybe you're going to Baja, there's a 20% chance for development. Their hurricane season, the Eastern Pacific, started on May 15th. So we'll keep a close eye on that. And of course, keeping tabs on the temperature trend. These stars right here, above average and record-breaking days. Notice there's more days in red for the month of May than there are normal days. We're still hot though. Look at this, 90s through the weekend, but there's hope. By Monday for Memorial Day, we might have to lower our temperatures. I think going into the following week, we'll be tracking the 80s. So keep that in mind as we go through this heat right now, Ugochi.
Thanks, Kim. Humidity drop.